Imagine you have just received an invitation to join an elite, members-only digital ecosystem. It's a platform that promises to consolidate your private banking, luxury concierge services, and exclusive investment opportunities into a single, seamless interface. To gain access, you don't just download an app from a public store. You are vetted through a series of personal introductions and a professional video interview with a charming, high-level relationship manager. Once inside, the interface is breathtaking. It features real-time tracking of your global assets, a 24/7 chat line to a personal concierge who can book impossible dinner reservations in Paris or private jets to the Maldives, and a curated feed of off-market real estate deals. For 6 months, the service is flawless. Your concierge even sends a handwritten note and a bottle of vintage Bordeaux to your home for your anniversary. You feel like you have finally found the digital home for your lifestyle. But one morning, you attempt to authorize a routine 7-figure transfer for a property deposit, and the app won't load. You call the personal line of your relationship manager, and the number is disconnected. You contact the partner bank listed on the app's regulatory footer, and they have no record of your account. In that moment, the terrifying truth settles in. The concierge, the bank, the exclusive community, and even the wine that arrived at your door were all part of a multi-stage theatrical production. You haven't just lost your money, you have handed the keys to your entire identity to a ghost. The question is, when every pixel on your screen looks authentic and every voice on the phone sounds elite, how do you know if you are being served or being hunted? In the landscape of 2026, we are witnessing the emergence of the most sophisticated financial trap in history, the luxury app scam. We have moved far beyond the era of clunky phishing emails and suspicious links. Today's elite predators are building entire bespoke platforms, fake private banking and concierge apps that mimic the prestige and service of institutions like Coutts or American Express Centurion. These are not mass-market attacks, they are whaling operations designed to harvest the wealth of high-net-worth individuals who believe they are too sophisticated to be fooled. This matters now because the democratization of high-end design and generative AI has made it possible for a criminal cell in a basement to project the digital presence of a century-old Swiss bank. We are living in a world where exclusive has become the ultimate vulnerability. This is an investigation into the collapse of digital trust and the rise of the high-fidelity counterfeit. To understand how this threat unfolds, consider the case of a developer we will call Marcus. Marcus is a veteran of the tech world, a man who built his fortune on identifying digital trends. His downfall didn't begin with a hack, but with a social grooming phase. He was approached at a high-end charity gala by a man who claimed to be a representative for a new invitation-only wealth management platform called Aurelius. Over several weeks, this representative didn't ask for money, he provided value. He secured Marcus tickets to a sold-out sporting event. He provided a market analysis report that was scarily accurate. He built a bridge of professional trust. When Marcus was finally invited to join the Aurelius app, the experience was designed to overwhelm his skepticism with quality. The app required a physical security key, a sleek titanium device sent by courier, and utilized advanced biometric login features. Inside the app, Marcus saw his existing accounts mirrored via what he thought was an open banking integration. In reality, he had been tricked into providing his real banking credentials to a sophisticated overlay that sat on top of his actual bank's interface. The app wasn't just a fake bank, it was a remote control system for his real life. For months, the scammers didn't steal large sums, they simply monitored his patterns. They used the concierge feature to learn his travel plans and family details. The final strike happened when Marcus was offered an early-stage investment in a clean energy startup. He authorized the transfer within the app, believing he was moving money within his own secure ecosystem. By the time he realized the Aurelius platform was a hallucination, $20 million had been laundered through a maze of decentralized accounts. The attackers didn't just break into his safe, they built a fake house around him and convinced him he held the keys. This threat works because it exploits the prestige paradox. High net worth individuals are conditioned to seek out exclusivity and white glove service. Scammers use this desire for status to bypass a victim's normal security protocols. There are 4 pillars to this exploitation. First is the onboarding illusion. By making the app difficult to join, the scammers make the victim feel chosen. The psychological need to belong to an elite group overrides the instinct to perform due diligence. Second is human-in-the-loop deception. Unlike standard scams that rely on automated bots, luxury app scams employ real people, well-educated, articulate handlers who can hold deep conversations about art, wine, and macroeconomics. This creates a powerful sense of interpersonal trust that technology alone cannot provide. The third pillar is interface mimicry. In 2026, high-end app templates and financial APIs are easily accessible. A criminal can buy a private banking UI kit for a few $100s and populate it with real-time market data to make the platform feel alive and legitimate. They use the same design language as the world's most trusted brands, minimalist aesthetics, serif fonts, and high-quality photography. The fourth pillar is the convenience trap. By offering to consolidate all services, banking, travel, and legal into one app, the scammers create a single point of failure. The victim stops checking their individual bank statements because they trust the unified view provided by the fake platform. In the quest for a seamless life, they have accidentally created a seamless path for a predator. Why does this work on the most successful people in the world? It works because we are all susceptible to contextual blindness. If you meet someone at a prestigious event or are introduced by a peer, you subconsciously lower your defenses. Scammers specialize in prestige hijacking. They infiltrate high-end social circles to gain the halo effect of legitimate institutions. Furthermore, wealth often brings a sense of information fatigue. Managing a large estate is complex, and the promise of an app that handles everything is an incredibly seductive pitch. The smartest people in the world fall for these scams not because they are tech illiterate, but because they are trust-heavy. They have spent their lives building networks based on handshakes and reputations, and they haven't yet realized that in the digital world, a handshake can be faked by a line of code. The risk of the luxury app scam is that it is the ultimate identity harvest. Once you are inside a fake concierge platform, you are providing the attackers with a real-time map of your life. They know where you are, who you were with, and what you were planning. This data is often more valuable than the cash they steal. It can be used for physical kidnapping, corporate blackmail, or long-term pig butchering schemes where the victim is groomed for years. For the professional and their family, a compromised app isn't just a financial loss, it is a permanent breach of their sanctuary. In 2026, your digital butler is the person who knows your secrets best, and if that butler is a criminal, you are living in a glass house with the lights on. Protecting yourself requires a shift from trusting the brand to verifying the infrastructure. The first and vital step is to perform a regulatory deep dive. Do not trust the logos or the member of the FDIC claims on an app's footer. Go directly to the official government registry of financial regulators and search for the parent company. If the company was registered 6 months ago in a tax haven, it doesn't matter how beautiful the app is, it is a trap. Second, practice institutional separation. Never use a single app to manage both your lifestyle and your liquidity. Your concierge should not have the ability to move your money. Keep your banking in dedicated, long-standing institutional apps and use concierge services only for non-financial tasks. Third, look for the friction of authenticity. Legitimate private banks have rigorous, often annoying, know-your-customer protocols that require multiple layers of government-verified documentation and physical signatures. If an elite platform makes it too easy to move large sums of money, it is a red flag. Real security is inconvenient. Finally, verify the human connection. If a relationship manager approaches you, do not use the contact information they provide. Find the firm's official headquarters, call the main switchboard, and ask to be put through to their department. If the firm has never heard of them, you have just saved your fortune. Finally, educate your peer network. Scammers rely on referral fraud. They trick one person to join and then use that person's name to target their friends. If a friend recommends a new exclusive app, call them and ask them how they were introduced to it. Most victims realize too late that they were part of a chain of deception. The era of the exclusive digital club is a minefield. We must stop assuming that a high price tag or a sleek interface equals safety. True luxury in 2026 is the ability to maintain a digital perimeter that no one can cross with multiple independent points of verification. The butler in your pocket should be the most scrutinized person in your life. We are moving toward a future where privacy is a manual process, not a feature you can buy. The walls of the digital fortress are no longer made of encryption. They are made of your own willingness to be the uncomfortable person who asks for proof.